Hello world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to RoboThought Zero to Hero series C++ coding in Arduino Mega or UNO or Nano. You may use any board you want. This particular series is for a non-technical guys or girls or ladies and gentlemen who are from a non-technical background wants to get into C++ coding using microcontroller boards. Alright, so these are very basic stuff at a layman's language I'm trying to teach. Alright guys, so we are on lesson number 38 and I'm going to show you multiple digital write output, right? How do we use multiple digital write? So in the previous lesson I showed you how to use the digital write function in your Arduino IDE so that you can connect one single LED with a one single current limiting resistor and trigger an output through a digital pin 8. We used it, right? In this lesson we will be building something more. So basically I will show you how to execute multiple sequence of digital output using two LEDs. You may add more LED and follow the C coding along, right? What you are learning, what you learned in the previous video and this video, you may add more LEDs and start building your project. Trigger multiple values on and off in multiple digital pins, right? Using Arduino UNO, you have limited digital pins. In Arduino Mega, you have more digital pins. All right. So the concept of blinking two LEDs is similar to blinking one LED, which you saw in the previous video. All right. So as we know, we can use the resistance of any value. So let's take about say 220 ohms resistor or even 330 ohms will work. You can just try it out which is brighter and using which resistor your LED glows brighter. Make a note guys, without resistor do not use it. It will work without resistor but it's risky. Alright, so basically the resistors reduce the amount of current reaching the LED, which saves the LED from being burnt out. Alright, so we can also use other resistors depending upon the circuit limit and the requirements. Now the circuit for this video is like this. So you can pause this video and connect your two LEDs with two current limiting resistor, and the long leg of the LED is going to the resistor and the other end of the resistor is going to pin number 13, your digital pin 13. And the next LED, the long leg is connected to a resistor, which is again connected to digital pin 7. All right. And both the cathode, that is the negative terminal, is connected to ground. Now, in Arduino UNO, there are two or three ground pins which you may use. But as we expand further, we may need multiple ground pins. So best practice is to use the railing, the common railing in the breadboard, as one single ground and connected to one single ground so that you can distribute your current evenly, right? So let me show you how I did it. So this is my Arduino. I connected two LEDs here with two resistors and I had taken a common ground. Can you see here a common ground connected to the ground pin here, and the other two ground pins are connected to my LED ground. So best is to use, so that I have two more grounds left out here, right, in my Arduino, which I can use it at a later stage as and when required. So now let's do some coding guys and try to understand how the multiple digital write output works. So I am on my Arduino IDE. Let me open it up and I hope you guys can see it. All right, so let's write some code. Let's begin with void setup. Remember, we need to close the function always, and then with a curly bracket, inside the curly bracket, pin mode, right? I think I showed you what is pin mode in the previous one of the lessons, but I'm going to show you more in detail. So pin mode will basically detect which pin you're declaring. Inside the bracket, I'm going to say 13, pin number 13 connected to one of the LED has to go on. So what that is the output basically in the void setup. Output we are setting up, right? So this particular line of code is to set the output mode of pin number 13, and then we will go to pin mode like this, pin mode, and then pin number 7 we connected the second LED, and then output. So this is the one time setup the code will run. So basically to set the output mode of the pin number 7, the digital pin 7 in your Arduino. Now let us come out of this curly bracket and let's go to void loop, close the function and open a curly bracket again. Now let's say digital write, all right, digital write like this. And what you're going to write, I am going to write my pin number 13 has to go on, that is high, right, go on, high. Now I am going to write digital write. This is what is called the multiple digital write output is called digital write, like this, digital write. And what I'm going to write, my second LED, which is pin number 7, has to go high, comma high, like this, and then semicolon. And then guys, like this you can keep adding multiple digital write like this. In our circuit for this particular lesson, we are using two LEDs, pin number 7 and pin number 13, right? So that's why we just need two digital write output. Now if you are connected with say 10 different LEDs, you will need 10 different digital write to be input in your code here next to each other, all right? That's how it works. Now let's say delay for 1500. So basically this will delay 1.5 seconds. So 1.5 into 1000 milliseconds. Okay, and a semicolon. And now digital write, pin number 13 has to go low, that is off, all right, off, like this. And then what we need to do, digital, let me just scroll it up, digital write, my pin number 7 has to go low, which is off. Okay, the LED will connected to pin number 7 will go off, digital write 7. And now again we can delay this for say about 1 second. So delay, lowercase, delay for 1000 milliseconds, that is 1 second, and a semicolon. So this will 1 second, right? So what's going to happen with this code is basically both your LEDs has to blink one at a time, on and off and on and off, like that, right? So that's how you can use multiple digital write function. Now let me upload this code and see what happens. I hope there are no errors. Looks good. All right, perfect. Great. My LEDs are glowing perfectly. Let me share the video. There you go. Can you see that, guys? So both red, I am connected to red, and green, two LEDs. So it's blinking 1 second interval, right? I think we had given 1.5 seconds in the beginning. So that's how the multiple digital outputs. Now you can connect multiple LEDs here in the row with multiple resistors and use all this available digital pins. How many ever pins you have depending upon the board you are using, either Arduino UNO or Mega or Nano. So guys, it's a pretty simple circuit. It's similar to the previous lesson what we saw, but I wanted to show you how you can use multiple digital write function. When you are connecting to multiple devices, in this case it's two LED in the circuit, but in future lessons and upcoming lessons I will show you how to connect multiple devices. That's where all this code will come into picture. Remember guys, we are focusing more on the coding part, right? The circuit is very easy, right? It's very easy to assemble. I am not getting into the details of the electronic components, what is a resistor and a LED and kind of thing, that you can just Google up and you'll get tons of information. It's pretty easy to learn. But on the coding part, that is the actual skill you are going to build, right? You will be doing your C coding, C++ coding using Arduino and connect multiple devices, start communicating with the sensors, and then the entire series of lesson in this particular series, whatever you learn, will be combined with our Jetson Nano series, so that you can start building an autonomous robot and using artificial intelligence and kind of stuff. So it's going to be pretty interesting, guys. All right, guys, I hope you like this video. Do give me a thumbs up and a like, and I'm going to be back soon in the next lesson. Until then, goodbye.